We invite everyone to please have a seat so we can begin our service. We're going to give everyone just a moment to get into their seats because I know you're ready.
Go ahead.
Ozzy, as we start your bar mitzvah today, can you show me what we're starting with? What is our first thing that we're doing today to get started with our bar mitzvah? Can you show me? Yep, you got it. Yep, Tahine Matov, how great it is for all of us to be joining together on this morning.
Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
So, Ozzy, as we're here for your bar mitzvah, can you get us to the place of where your bar mitzvah is on your screen for all of you who haven't seen his talker before? This is Ozzy's, and it's his way of being able to communicate with all of us. And he has been getting ready, and we have a special place of where he can get to his bar mitzvah. So can you go show us the bar mitzvah page? Yep, to your bar mitzvah. Press it. There you go. And today, up here on the bima, you're working with two people who've been working with you to become bar mitzvah. Can you tell us what our names are? Who am I? Who am I?
Rabbi Miller.
And can you, here, I'll put this on so you can all hear it. Can you tell me who is the person with the guitar?
Cantor Corn.
Yes.
That's right.
We have been very excited to be able to work with Ozzy as he's becoming a bar mitzvah. And becoming a bar mitzvah means to be a son of the commandment. And there's lots of different ways that you're able to connect into the mitzvot, to the commandment. And we worked with Ozzy and his parents to think about what are the different ways that Ozzy, in his own way, connects to the mitzvot already. And also, what can be some new skills that he could learn? Because becoming a bar mitzvah, becoming an adult in our community, means that you get to learn new skills. So some of the skills that he's doing today, we have been working on week after week here at the synagogue, at home, with Saba and Savta, and getting ready. I know, we're going to get to the Torah soon. It's his favorite part. But first, we have to do a few other things in order to get up there. So let me just give everyone else some instructions for today. I know, you're ready. So if you have a cell phone, we ask that you actually put it away. I know that you're going to want to take lots of pictures today, and we already have someone dedicated to taking pictures, so everyone else can be present. It's also, we have it being videotaped as well, that if you'd like to see that afterwards, you're more than welcome to speak to Iris and Todd to see that. For all of you who are Zooming in or on YouTube from around the world, we welcome you into this space, and we're just so excited to just be present in this moment. There are going to be times that we want to tell Ozzy that he is doing an amazing job of leading us in prayer, of helping us to connect to the mitzvot. And we have a custom here at Temple Isaiah called a shul clap. It looks like this. You can try it out. Do you see that, Ozzy? Look at all that love out there. And so he knows all of the support and love that you all share. And so with that, our first thing, yes, it is now about you. Are you ready? Can you get us to the next part of your, right. We're going to do one of your favorite songs. Can you get your fingers up? And you all need to practice along. He's going to teach you. We're going to sing a little bim bom.
Ready? Bim bom, bim 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 bom, bim 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 bom. Cheery beery beery bim bom, bim 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 bom, bim 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 bom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom,
Hey,
Shabbat shalom,
Hey,
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim, 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 bom. Cheery, beery, beery, bim, bom. Bim, 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 bom. Bim, 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 bom.
So, as you become a bar mitzvah, you receive a tallit, this prayer shawl that we wear. And on the bottom of the tallit are the seats. And if you look at them closely, you'll see that there's these knots and twists and turns on it. And our rabbis, our ancient rabbis, taught that if you add it all up, it ends up equaling to 613. 613, which is the same number that our rabbis taught, are the number of mitzvot that are written, the commandments written in the Torah. And so as you become an adult in our community, you take on new mitzvot, and you receive this tallit to remember this responsibility. And Ozzy, as he began his preparations for becoming a bar mitzvah, the first thing he did is that he got to go pick out his tallit, one that was special to him. And one of the new skills that he has been learning is how to put on the tallit. So it is the tradition that the parents present their child with a tallit and to speak to him and give him a blessing on this moment as he enters this next part of his journey, his Jewish journey. So I invite up now Iris and Todd to present Ozzy with his tallit.
Ozzy, from the moment you came into this world, you have been teaching us how to be the best people we can be. Because of you, we have learned so much about a world we would never have known about, the special needs community. We have learned so much about ourselves, and you have enriched us and enriched our lives in so many ways. It's hard to describe to anyone.
You have so many wonderful qualities, Ozzy. We picked 5 things about you that teach us, inspire us, help us all be the best people we could be. Number 1, your persistence and determination. Since you were little, your teachers and therapists have always said that you were a hard worker and always try your best, even when something is tricky for you. We hope you continue to try things and always give your best effort.
Number 2, your connection with others. You make friends everywhere you go, in stores, at school, with the delivery truck drivers in our neighborhood. Everyone who meets you feels a special connection with you. We hope you continue to be surrounded by a community of loving family, friends, teachers, and therapists who will help you to be the best Ozzy you can be. We also hope you always have friendly mail carriers, UPS, FedEx, and Amazon drivers around who show you kindness.
Number 3, your sense of fun. You have a great laugh and you're always up for a silly game or trick. We hope you continue to laugh and have fun each day.
Number 4, your compassion and empathy for others. You really care about the people around you. If someone is hurt or sad, you stop and watch carefully to see if they are okay. We hope that people around you always show you similar compassion and care.
Number 5, Ozzy, your superpower. You have a superpower. When you combine the first 4 qualities we just talked about, you bring happiness to everyone. That's right. When you walk into a room, everyone feels your special presence, and within seconds, your superpower kicks in and boom! Pure joy all around. The world needs more of it. We hope you continue to find and share your joy and happiness each day with everyone around you, wherever you are.
Ozzy, you worked so hard to prepare for today. Many people here have helped you to grow and become the awesome young man you are today. We wanted to take this opportunity to share our gratitude with everyone here and those who could not be here in person, who have been on Team Ozzy throughout the past 13 years.
Thank you for seeing and honoring the amazing qualities Ozzy has and for helping him to be the best Ozzy he can be. Temple Isaiah has always been a warm and welcoming community for Ozzy and her family. We're deeply grateful.
Ozzy, you are ready to become a bar mitzvah, and we can't wait to see you shine with your superpower today. We love you so much and are so very proud of you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehit atef batzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu, v'kiyemanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh.
We thank you, God, to bringing us to this moment, this time of transition where Ozzy goes to being that just child running around in this community to being that adult, the one who can help teach us and to help lead us in this important service today. And so with Ozzy, we've done Hinei Matov. We have done Tallit. Can you show us what is the next thing that we're doing? We're doing the Baruch Hu. So can you grab your prayer book? And we ask everyone else to grab your prayer book to please rise and turn to page 108 for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Ready? Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. So we've done the Baruch Hu, and now can you point to our next one? for the Shema. Yes, the Shema. Now, we're going to be doing the Shema a little differently, and we need all of you to learn how Ozzy's been learning it as well. So we have been learning it with sign language. And so we're going to teach you the sign language, and in a moment we'll all stand up to do it, but so you can see our hands. Actually, we might, sometimes it's a tradition to do Shema sitting down, so actually today we're going to do it sitting down so you can all see as well. So Shema starts with the word Shema, which means to hear or to listen. And so if you can point to your ears. Now, sometimes in sign language, they actually use the term like this. It means that says pay attention, because a lot of people who use sign language actually can't hear. So it wouldn't make sense to do this, but it means to pay attention, which is what they're teaching us of Shema is to pay attention. But Ozzy can hear. So we're choosing to use Shema. And then it goes Yisrael, the people Israel. So we need our people. Can you put your people here? And it's all the people. So Ozzy, can you show them how we go like this? Like this? Yes, all the people Israel. And then, so Shema, Yisrael. Then we have Adonai, one of the words for God. So you start with your left hand. You go like this. And you're going to go around like that. So Adonai, who's in our life. And Eloheinu, our God. So we go, our God. Yeah, go. Can you remember? We go over. There we go. Eloheinu. And we do Adonai again, like this. And Ozzy, how many gods are in our world? Can you show us? What's the echad? Yep, one. Just like that. All right? Does everyone we'll try it one more time, and we're going to sing it. So we do Shema, Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad. That's his favorite parts. Echad. Which is good because that's the key. One God. So together we're going to sing the words of Shema. Well, you now all know them, so you don't even need the page number.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
And we want to show God all the ways that we want to bring God's love into our heart and bring God's love out to the world. And so we go next. Can you show us where our heart is on here? To our own interpretation of the Via Hafta. Yep, press that. It's not going to say anything. You're just showing us. Yep. We have the Via Hafta, or how we're doing it is deep inside my heart. Some of you know this. We're going to do it a few times, so you're going to learn it. And Ozzy, we're going to teach them. So can we start with our heart? Where do we feel that love? From our hearts? So we're going to feel that love deep, deep inside our hearts.
Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting love. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live.
Where's your house?
It's what I'm living for. Bum, bum, bum. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting love. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for.
So we finish this part of the service now, and we get to the next part. Can you show us what we're doing next? Yes, we have our drums and Micha Mocha. And in order to do this, Micha Mocha is our prayer that reminds us of the crossing of the Red Sea. when all of the Israelites went and crossed the Red Sea, and they sing and they dance, and Miriam had her timbrel in her hand. And if we're going to do this all together with lots of joy, that Ozzy, one of the reasons that we decided this is he practices his drum with his brother Zev. But today, it can't just be you and Zev doing it. You have all these cousins that are like all the Israelites, and there's lots of them. So it's really like the Israelites getting us ready to cross the Red Sea. And so I'm going to invite up all of his cousins that are here. We have, and his siblings, Zev and Zaza. And we have Omri and Naamah and Noga and Nativ and Idan and Ma'ayan and Ezra and Maya. And I have a feeling that Oren is listening from afar. And they're all going to grab their drums in the different places. And if some of you that are smaller, if you want to come and stand up there so we can see you. Maya, Zaza, you want to bring Maya up there so we can see her too? And if you're able to stand up so we can see you. And we're going to sing Micha Mocha, which you can find the words on page 122. You ready, Ozzy?
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la ya la la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Micha mocha, micha mocha, ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha nehedar b'kodesh. Torah tehilot.
Are you guys able to stand up?
Here, hold this. שיר החדשה שיבחו גאולים לשמחה שפת הים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד יאי לי לי לה 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 יאי לי לי לה 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 יאי לי לה 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 יאי לי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה לה לה
Wow, we definitely just crossed the Red Sea with all the Israelites, and you all can leave your drums there to head back to your seats.
צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופתחנו מך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני כל ישראל.
And now, Ozzy, what are we doing next? Are you ready for the silent prayer? And how do we get silence? How do we show when it's quiet? So we're going to take a few moments now for all of us to just have those few minutes of silence. You can sit here and just take it all in. You can sit here and look within your heart, with your soul, for those blessings, those reflections, those prayers that you need today. And with that, Ozzy, you're going to go and have, oh, actually, we're just going to stay here. We're going to stay here. That'll be easier. So everyone just take a few moments now for silent prayer. So one of the prayers that we need probably most in our lives and most in the world is a prayer for peace. And peace is something that Ozzy brings a lot into our lives. And peace doesn't come just individually. It comes from all of us working together. And as his parents mentioned earlier, it has taken a lot of people to get Ozzy to this moment in time. Now, one of the things that he loves doing is doing art with his sister Zaza. So Zaza, can you come and up? You're going to help us with the next part. And so today we are going to make a little piece. We're going to bring a little piece in. And Ozzy, you're going to come over here. Now, the way that we're going to do it is we're going to be singing Oseh Shalom in a moment, our prayer for peace. And Zaza is going to help Ozzy. And it's not just Zaza and Ozzy, but some of his teachers as well are going to be part of helping to bring some paint to go onto this picture of peace that we are going to be creating. And so I'd like to invite up now some of his teachers that have helped to get him to this moment. In addition to myself, I invite up Robin Haig, Brittany Payne, Stella Trujillo, and Tina Greco. Here, we'll move these out. And as we do this, I'm going to start with Ozzy. Oh, yeah, thank you. We're going to start with singing some Oseh Shalom. Bring that with us. And Ozzy, go right here. Yeah. Go right here. Yeah, keep going more.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Vaymeru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Vaymeru, amen. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, vaymeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, vaymeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, vaymeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, vaymeru amen.
I feel so much more peace in the world and in our lives, and we'll reveal the picture in just a little bit that he has helped to create with his teachers.
And now we arrive at the Torah service, the time that we take our holiest scroll out of the ark. Where is that, Ozzy, on our sheet? There we go. That's right. That's the one. We're going to be taking our Torah out of the ark, and Ozzy's going to be helping us open the ark and undress the Torah, and even processing with the Torah into the midst of the congregation. If you were not familiar with the rituals surrounding the Torah service, Ozzy is going to bring the Torah into the midst of the congregation. If you're wearing a Tallit, you want to reach out with your Tallit to touch and kiss the Torah, we can do that. And if you're far from the Torah, another way you can pay honor is just to bow as the Torah passes. But we're always going to turn and face the Torah, no matter where Ozzy walks with it, because we never want to turn our back on Torah, and we never want to turn our back on Ozzy. So wherever he goes, we're always going to turn and face him as he processes with the Torah. I'm now going to call up members of Ozzy's family for the ritual also of passing the Torah, as he will have the Torah in his arms.
No, let's have him go. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we're going to invite everyone to please rise. And I'm going to invite up Nadav Raveh, Ziva Raveh, and of course Todd and Iris to pass the Torah to Ozzy. Ki mitzion Tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion Tetzeh Torah,
Ozzy, can you open the ark?
Udevar Adonai Miroshalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael B'Kdushato. Ozzy, in just a moment, we are going to put this Torah scroll in your arms. You're going to hold this Torah, and we pass it through these generations that came before you because they are so important to you. And they are people who made sure that Torah was going to reach this day. And if you look even beyond where your Saba and Safta are standing, we could imagine that so many generations before always made sure that Torah reached the next generation. And guess what? Now it's your turn. You get to take the Torah. That's right. You get to take the Torah. So it is with great joy and great pride that we're going to pass it through from Lador Vador, from generation to generation. We are gifts and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. Ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation. Ledor vador these lips will praise your name. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללויה, הללויה. הללו, הללויה. הללויה, הללויה. הללו, הללויה. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללו, הללו, הללו. הללו, הללו, הללו. Please be seated.
So right now, we are going to be reading Torah, and we're very excited that for the reading of the Torah today, that first of all, we are in the book of Leviticus. The Israelites have come out of Egypt. They are now currently preparing themselves for their journey to the Promised Land after they have just gotten the Ten Commandments at Mount Sinai, and now are learning how to be a holy people, how to be able to live with one another with lots of different rules. And this week we have Parshat Tazria. If you would like to be following along in the reading today, you can turn to page 833. Page 833. We'll be starting with Leviticus chapter 13, verse 29. So the way that we'll be doing our Torah reading today is that we are so excited to invite up one of his aunts, Hadass Rave, and his Safta, Ziva Rave, to be able to do the actual reading from the Torah. But as this is Ozzy's bar mitzvah, he is right there with us, right there with him, with them, holding the yad as they are reading it. So it's like his talker, that this is the way for him to be able to bring these words of Torah in through him and out to all of us.
For the first aliyah, we're going to call up all of Ozzy's aunts and uncles: Lilach Rave, Will Berkovitz, Hadass Rave, Eyal El Hasid, Ilan Rave, Ashley Winnig, Sigal Khan, and Greg Khan. Ya'amdu Lilach bat Nadav v'Ziva, v'Harav Baruch ben Avraham v'Rivka, v'Hadass bat Nadav v'Ziva, v'Eyal ben Raphael v'Tamar, v'Elan ben Nadav v'Ziva, v'Ashley bat Beri, v'Kathy v'Sigal bat Nadav v'Ziva la'aliyah la'Torah.
Can you, wait, we need Hadass to get in there. And then Hadass can show you where you're starting. Right there. You guys right there. Here, you guys come on, sorry. Whenever you're ready.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
אמן. ואיש או אישה כי יהיה בו נגע בראש או בזקן, וראה הכהן את הנגע, והנה מראהו עמוק מן האור, ובו שיער צהוב דק, וטמא אותו הכהן, נתק הוא צרת הראש או הזקן הוא, וכי יראה הכהן את נגע הנתק, והנה אין מראהו עמוק מן האור, ושיער שחור אין בו, והסגיר הכהן את נגע הנתק 7 ימים. אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. Now we're going to call up Todd and Iris to join us on the bima as we call Ozzy as a bar mitzvah before this Torah and this holy congregation. Ya'amod, 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 Habachur bar ha-mitzvah, Oz ben Talvi Iris, l'aliyah la Torah, Chazak. And Ozzy, you're going to press the button for the blessing before the Torah.
והזכיר הכהן את הנתק 7 ימים שנית, וראה הכהן את הנתק ביום השביעי, והנה לא פסע הנתק באור, ומראהו איננו עמוק מן האור. וטיהר אותו הכהן וכבש וכיבש בגדיו וטהר.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
And as we have the Torah out and feel the holiness of this community, on this Shabbat when we read Tazria, we talk about how do we take care of those who are sick in our community. And one of the ways that we do that is offering prayers, the prayer of Misha Berach. And so I invite you now to think of someone or those in your lives, your family, your friends, your loved ones, those in our community around us who need a prayer of healing. And also to think of those caregivers who offer their love and support every day. We send a little love and support to them through our Misha Barach prayers, knowing that that work can be hard and tiring as well. We sing the words of Misha Barach, which can be found on page 253.
Misha Barach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Laimotenu May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Barach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, And now we call on Nadav Raveh for Hagbah as we prepare to honor the Torah and return it to the Ark. And I'll invite everyone to please rise.
Okay, stand by the cantor. Yeah, by you.
Right next to us. Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe Lifnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai Beyad Moshe Yala la 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 Yala la 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 Yala la 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 Yala la Yala la la Yala la la Yala la. They're going to help dress the Torah now. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la. Ozzy, take this. Ya la la la. Now we're going to open the ark.
Take this from you. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, go open.
Go ahead and open the ark. We're going to open the doors. Yep.
Open.
Open.
Yeah, go open the doors.
Etz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomecheha me'oshar deracheha darchenoam v'chol netzivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai el ונשובה חדש ימינו כקדם.
Go ahead. Yep, close. It's your job. Yes. Your job to close the ark. Slowly. Yep. Yes. Please be seated. Not you. You get to stay here, Ozzy. Yes, you get to listen to me now. Can you turn and look at me? Ozzy, you've become a bar mitzvah. Are you excited? Yes. Can we give you a big shul clap? Because you have become a bar mitzvah. You have done all of this. And Ozzy, 30 years ago, I met your mother. We were in high school. She was from Springfield, Missouri, and I from Denver, Colorado. And we met through youth group and went on to be on regional board together. It was already crazy that we would meet that way, but who knew that we would both end up in Lafayette, California at the same synagogue? And it was great to be able to share that with your mom, but the greatest gift is that we have been able to raise our families together and that you, Ozzy, have become part of my life too. Ozzy, you are my friend, you are my teacher. You have this big place right in my heart. My heart is connected to your heart because we have spent all the fun together. We have come to Shabbat Aramas over and over together and Camp Kefli and family retreats, and we have celebrated so many different holidays. And you get excited to be with Cantor Corn, and you sometimes get excited to be with me. Yes, you get excited. But he's really the star around here because he has the guitar. I tried. But Ozzy, you have been our teacher, and look at this community. Look at all of your friends out here. Can you see them all? Look at them. Look this way. I know the Cantor's there, but look at them. They're here for you. They're here for you because you're our teacher. You've taught us that there are so many ways that we can practice our Judaism and become connected to our traditions. Each of us gets to choose how to do it in our own ways that connects to our hearts, to our abilities, to our way of living life. And thank you, Ozzy, for being our teacher today, but continuing to be our teacher for many years because the next generation is sitting out there. All those Camp Kefli kids, they look up to you. They know who you are. Yes, they all know who Ozzy is, and they have learned sign language from you. They've learned joy from you. They've learned celebration from you. And today, you step in now as an adult, and every time you come to temple now, you get to wear your tallit. This special tallit of yours, you get to wear because you're that adult in our community. And in the family retreat in a few weeks, I'm calling you up to help me lead services because you now know how to do that. And so on this special day, we're going to call up your parents to stand here with Cantor Corn, and I know, Cantor Corn, and I to give you a special blessing that you received when you were born and we came into our covenant, and on this day as you step forward to the next step of this wonderful journey you are on.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and guard you forever.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May God's presence always shine on you, in you, and through all the wonderful things you get to enjoy in life with all of us. And may God grant you and your family and this community the most precious gift, the gift of wholeness and the gift of peace. And let us all say together, Amen. Mazel tov. Can we get a big hug? Ah. Mazel tov. And Ozzy, you're gonna go and you're done. I know. All this hard work. Yeah. And you're gonna go sit down with your family now as the cantor and I finish the service. Can you go do that? As he makes his way back to the seats, we rise together for our Aleinu at the bottom of page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts now turn to our loved ones who are no longer with us. We keep them in our hearts and in our minds as together we recite the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, v'yaman divrach hirute v'yamlik malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayet d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach leolam ulamei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. Vitadar vitale vitalal shemeda kudesha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav u'ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav u'ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Everyone to have a seat except for Ozzy and his parents and his brother and his sister, because we're going to invite them up so that we can shower them with words of mazel tov. We, of course, take such incredible pride in this day, and Todd is also going to help us now as we are going to reveal the big reveal, the artwork that we created before.
And so we see the piece that we created, that Ozzy, with a little bit of help, created. I wouldn't touch it, it's still wet. Ozzy. But you can see the beauty, and it's going to dry throughout the day, and then you can touch it.
Simon Tovu, Mazel Tofu, Mazel Tofu, Simon Tovu, Simon Tovu, Mazel Tofu, Mazel Tofu, Simon Tovu, Simon Tovu, Mazel Tofu, Mazel Tofu, Simon Tovu, Yahelanu, 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 Olecha Yisrael, Yahelanu, Yahelanu, Olecha Yisrael. Yahelanu, Yahelanu, Olecha Yisrael. Yahelanu, Yahelanu, Olecha Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.